The program you're about to watch is a unique live investigation of the supernatural. It contains material which some viewers may find to be disturbing.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scariest banned TV shows / episodes.
You didn't get that sword the way you said you did.
No?
No. You shot that officer after he surrendered.
You're crazy.
That Japanese officer dropped the sword and surrendered. You killed him in cold blood.
For this list, we'll be looking at controversial episodes, series, and TV movies that were deemed too intense for the small screen. What's the scariest episode of TV you've seen? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Earth, Hannibal. Typically, controversial TV episodes are banned by networks. They're deemed either too inappropriate, too insensitive, or too scary for the target audiences.
We found a match to a set of prints we pulled from the Turner home. They belong to a 13-year-old boy from Reston, Virginia. His name is Connor Frist.
Another kid.
Another missing kid. Vanished 10 months ago. Case was never solved.
In the case of Earth, however, it was Hannibal's creator, Brian Fuller, who ultimately pulled the plug. Fuller felt it would be inappropriate to air the episode, which showed children in a dark situation in the months following the tragedy of Sandy Hook Elementary School.
The family you're born into isn't really family. Those are just people you didn't choose. You have to make family. That's what we're doing. We're making our family.
Although the plot had very little in common with the real-life events, the association was just too strong. As a result, the episode never aired on TV, and was instead turned into a short series of webisodes before being made available in full on iTunes and Amazon.
Whoever this woman is, she wants these children to burst with love for her. But she has to erase their family to do that.
So she abducts them, convinces them no one can love them as much as she does, and then makes damn sure of it.
Number 9, Don't Look Under the Bed. At a time when Disney was airing Boy Meets World and Bear in the Big Blue House, it premiered an original film titled Don't Look Under the Bed. It was the second original film from the network to receive a TV PG rating due to scary scenes, and towed the line between a fun Halloween jaunt and an actually frightening horror film.
Maybe you could give it to him yourself. You know, maybe I could talk to Darwin and I could get him to believe in you again.
It's a little late for that, Fran.
Larry.
Director Kenneth Johnson said they tried to make the movie scary, but not too scary, but were ultimately hit with what he called derogatory mail from outraged parents.
They had decided to run a little disclaimer at the beginning, sort of saying portions of this may not be suitable for the youngest viewers. Because as a director, I was eager to make it spooky and creepy and scary, but not terrifying.
The backlash against the film caused it to not be rebroadcast on the network, and it's gone down in history as the scariest DCOM ever.
It's scary to take such a long, long drop! But it's even scarier when you stop.
It can now be seen at viewers' discretion on Disney+. Number 8, Earshot, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. When the Columbine tragedy took place in 1999, it was the deadliest high school shooting in US history. Concerns about violent media and its ramification rose. One of the TV shows affected by this tension was teen horror show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the unfortunately timed episode Earshot. This dark episode, originally set to air a week after the real-life incident, reveals that Buffy can now read minds and overhears a student mentally planning on doing something drastic.
I don't know. I mean, it was hardly human. It was so full of anger and pain.
She and the gang eventually find the student armed with a rifle, but manage to talk him down.
You could hear what they were feeling. Loneliness, the confusion. It looks quiet down there. It's not. It's deafening.
The show's third season finale was similarly postponed for its depictions of violence in a school setting. Number 7, Corrupt, Angel. This episode of Angel was deemed so controversial that it didn't even make it through production. Corrupt would have been the second episode of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer spin-off, and was primarily about the city's seedy underbelly.
I wrestled with this decision.
Which you made without me.
I tried to do what I thought was right. And it's complicated how this all happened, Buffy, you know? It's kind of a long story.
Your new sidekick had a vision I was in it. You came to Sunnydale?
Okay, maybe not that long.
The episode's main focus was on character Kate Lockley, who, at the time, was conceived as a police officer working undercover, but slowly becoming entrenched in the very world she'd been sent to dismantle. She was also shown to be suffering from a drug addiction.
If there's no great, glorious end to all this, if nothing we do matters, then all that matters is what we do. Because that's all there is. What we do, now, today.
It was ultimately decided that this plot was too dark and hopeless for the WB. It was scrapped, and Lonely Heart was written as an alternate introduction to the character.
Are you okay?
What?
Oh, no, nothing. Sorry.
No, Am I okay?
You just looked bad. I mean, you don't look bad, you look very nice. I think I'm just gonna have my drink.
Number 6. Heathers. There have been several reboots of popular films in recent years, but few have been quite as controversial as the Heathers TV series. Even before it aired, the show was harshly criticised for its poor handling of social issues, including its portrayal of LGBTQ+ characters.
Don't you think that's a bit offensive? Dylan Lutz is 1/16th First Nations peoples.
It's cool. Honestly, I didn't even notice.
This isn't about you, Quat.
These issues would be seen as secondary, however, when the network banned 3 episodes from airing in the US due to their portrayals of violence. This included the series finale, which, unlike the film, showed all but one of the students dying and being sent to prom in heaven.
Heather. Heather. You guys, it's me.
Veronica is also a darker character in the reboot, implied to have already killed someone long before meeting JD.
And trust and believe, when we test that DNA, we will find the sick and twisted individual who did this and bring them to justice.
Shit.
Number 5. The Encounter. The Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone first aired over half a century ago, but its age hasn't stopped people from enjoying its uniquely unsettling stories. The show's popularity has even led to several top 10 lists in the modern era recounting its scariest episodes.
It's 20-odd years since Pearl Harbor, but 2 ancient opponents are moving into position for a battle in an attic, crammed with skeletons, souvenirs, mementos, old uniforms, and rusted medals. Ghosts from the dim reaches of the past.
In spite of its terrifying legacy, however, only one Twilight Zone episode was ever banned from the airwaves, although unfortunately for racism rather than creepy content. The episode, The Encounter, was controversial for its inclusion of a Japanese-American character whose father was said to have spied for Japan during Pearl Harbor.
He was a traitor. He signaled the planes. He showed them where to drop the bombs. He was a traitor.
In real life, there's no evidence to support the idea that any Japanese Americans were actually involved in the attack, and thus the depiction only served to further anti-Japanese sentiments in the country.
CBS pulled that episode, and it has a unique distinction of being the only Twilight Zone series that was aired only once. It's never been re-aired.
Number 4. The Scooby-Doo Project. The same year that the Blair Witch Project shocked and horrified the nation, Cartoon Network aired The Scooby-Doo Project alongside a marathon of the popular horror cartoon show.
Shaggy, what are you doing in the corner?
I'm scared, man! Like scared!
A parody of the Blair Witch Project, the short showed the mystery gang lost in the woods, intercut with live-action segments of police officers looking for the still missing teens. Like the film, the short was presented as found footage.
Have you heard these woods are haunted?
You kids stay away! Those woods are cursed! I never go near them! Like I bet she never goes near a dentist either!
Although it was well received by critics, even winning its Team and Annie Award, the Scooby-Doo Project was never shown on TV again after its initial airing. Some believe that this is due to the special's content, which was said to have struck fear in the hearts of kids hoping to enjoy a day of classic cartoons.
Search parties have spent several days searching the woods and found hundreds of Scooby snacks, but no trace of the teenage sleuths have been found.
Number 3. Ghostwatch. The mockumentary format is a pretty common one for film and television, being employed by sitcoms like The Office and film directors like Christopher Guest. For the most part, however, mockumentaries tend to be comedies. Ghostwatch is not.
We're going to investigate one of the most baffling and fascinating areas of human experience, the supernatural. Tonight, television is going ghost hunting in an unprecedented scientific experiment where I hope to show you, for the first time, irrefutable proof that ghosts really do exist.
The fictional TV special, filmed as if it were a real documentary, was treated with complete seriousness, and thus mistaken for a genuine live broadcast by some viewers at home.
I should say that this tape is completely undoctored. There's no edit on it whatsoever.
We should also warn our viewers of a nervous disposition that the things on this tape that they might find a little bit distressing.
When the show turned sinister and a malicious ghost began to wreak havoc on the reporters, people were genuinely scared for the lives of those on screen, resulting in genuine psychological harm. The BBC and show creators issued an apology for the harm caused, and the special never aired again on UK television.
The switchboard was jammed with complaints, reports that children were terrified, pregnant women had gone into labour, and intelligent people felt duped. Conversely, many of the 11 million who watched it thought it was a brilliant piece of television.
Number 2, Miri, Plato's Stepchildren, The Empath, and Whom Gods Destroy. Star Trek, the original series.
Look at my arms! That's what's going to happen to you. Unless you let me help you.
Madness, torture, sadism, and disease. 4 words you don't hear very often in relation to family-friendly media, and for good reason. Nonetheless, these words are commonly used to describe 4 episodes of Star Trek, the original series: Miri, Plato's Stepchildren, The Empath, and Whom Gods Destroy.
Don't let them break you.
In the UK, where Star Trek was considered to be a children's show, these subjects caused the 4 episodes to be banned from TV. Even the US limited airings of The Empath, despite the episode's popularity, because it deemed its graphic torture scenes to be too intense for earlier time slots. Series creator Gene Roddenberry famously disagreed with these bans, insisting that suffering and pain are part of life.
The humiliation must have been most difficult for you to bear. I can understand. The release of emotions, Mr. Spock, is what keeps us healthy. Emotionally healthy, that is.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Home, The X-Files. Home is widely considered to be one of the X-Files' scariest and most disturbing episodes. Controversial from its initial conception, the episode features extreme violence that was shocking to even more seasoned fans of the series.
Did you question them? Because they've been watching us the entire time.
That farm belongs to the Peacock family. 3 boys now. Well, men. Guess you could call them human.
Even more shocking is the fact that Mulder and Scully never get to see the antagonists caught in the end. Instead, the episode ends with the depraved individuals driving off into the night, hoping to restart the cycle and find a new place to call home.
What we're witnessing, Scully, is undiluted animal behavior. Mankind, absent its own creation of civilization, technology, and information, regressed to an almost prehistoric state, obeying only the often savage laws of nature.
Due to its disturbing content, the episode was banned from ever being re-aired on Fox, and was the first episode of the series to have a TVMA rating and viewer discretion advised warning.
In time we'll catch him.
I think Tom already caught them, Scully.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.